We are on day 2 of Genesis, and it says, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. Now, before we continue, I don't have firmament on here. Let me see. What is the word for firmament? It is rakia. Oh, yeah, that's right. Expanse. That's what that means. That's a resh, a cough, I think, which is so this is the first, and this is a palm of the hand, if I remember correctly, to lift up or to suppress. A yud and an I. So the yud is a working hand and an I. So it's like the first force to push up or down, working the I. Okay, so, and then made, I don't know why it says the made, I put that in there. Did he said that? Somewhere. Anyway, so, and God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. All right, so we're going to look at some key words here. And this is the word for water. I don't know why I didn't put water, heaven, water, and two. Okay, now we have all of them. All right, so water is two mems with the yud in the middle. And so the expanse, or the rakia, separates the water from above and below. Now, if you're thinking about Earth, you think, okay, there's water in the clouds, that's above, or some people used to think there was a canopy back in the day, and then the waters below gathered together. And yes, that is applicable. However, when you're talking about the creation of the universe, above and below is like out and in. Below would be gathering together. Some would use this in a cosmic sense. Forgot his name. Starlight in Time. Dr. Humphreys. He suggests that there's a bunch of water that is causing the radiation in the cosmic background, and he's done some math and all that stuff for that stuff. I don't know. But on here, the expanse separates the waters, and then you have the expanse called heaven. And what you see here is these three letters is the same three letters for water on both of these with a sheen. And what is a sheen? It is to separate. It's the separator of water. That's in Hebrew what this is for. So when you see this, so when the sheen's at the beginning, it's separating. I think when it's at the end, it's the opposite. It's bringing together. To make is to work with the eye to bring together. You can also separate. I don't know. I don't know, but I do seem I've noticed at the end of something sometimes, like the noon or the vav at the end in like tohu. Anyway, I won't get into that. I tried not to get too much into that, but what's happening on day 2 is that's the Big Bang. And I'm serious about that. That is the Big Bang. It is separating all of the substance of the universe. If you're thinking that this is talking about Earth, like the planet, and he's separating the water, well, you can make that application because it does make sense, but that's not how the universe started. We know that. God did not start with a planet and then make stars afterwards. So understanding this in my support for that from a biblical perspective is God created the heaven and the earth. Heaven is mentioned first. So thinking of this from a cosmic view first would be in line with that. And what we have talked about already all makes sense. The black hole, singularity, the division of light and darkness, three forces being separated, causing the expanse. And all this is happening simultaneously, almost instantaneously. One causes the other. The movement of God on the waters causes the light. The separating the light from the darkness creates everything. The time. It creates time and space. Can't have it without that. And that's what leads to let there be a rakia in the midst of the waters. That's let there be a space within the singularity, and it just blows apart. And all the substance of the universe is starting at a single point. What is it separating it from? Somewhere. It's all together. All the waters are together. And separating that to what we have today, and I'll explain day 4. And this is day 3, isn't it? Oh, no. Yeah, this is day 2. I'm getting a little confused here. But yeah, so here's Shanu is the number 2. Separate, growing seed of work. This is a separating, growing seed of work. Or growing for short, because that's what that means. So it's separating a growing work. And that's all. That's the number 2, how you can see it in Hebrew. So that's what we have for that. And I want to add in here at the end, when I do the full one, I'm going to add this poem that I'm not actually complete with. And I'm going to skip just for this one. You'll miss some of the poem and if you're watching these individually, but if you're watching the whole thing, you're going to see all of these. This was fun to put together. Then waters were parted, and away they were sent. In the midst of those waters he made firmament. Waters from waters, and waters below. There were waters above, and the words, "It was so." Then following just after that verse number 7, God names the expanding firmament heaven. This first day of light one just might see at all is the only creation day. It doesn't say God saw. Boy, I wish I had remembered to read the rest of that on these other days, but it'll all come together when I put the final presentation together of all of these. Okay, so that's day 2, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we will do day 3 at another time.